You are now in safe space with your host, Adrian, Cody, Logan, where no one can hurt you ever again.
Shower. I get car. I from I'm triggered. I leave my I'm triggered. I sit. I look at my thin sisters, and I'm triggered, and I just can't get away. It's really hard being triggered all the time, and I'm not kidding. It's all the time for me at this point. I get dressed in the morning, I'm triggered. I take a shower, I'm triggered. I get in the car, I'm triggered. I go for a walk, I'm triggered. I leave my house, I'm triggered. I look at my things, beautiful sisters, and I'm triggered, and I just can't get away from it. It's really hard being triggered all the time, and I'm not kidding. It's all the time for me at this point. I get dressed in the morning, I'm triggered. I take a shower, I'm triggered. I get in the car, I'm triggered. I go for a walk, I'm triggered. I leave my house, I'm triggered. I sit in my room all day, I'm triggered. I look at my things, beautiful sisters, and I'm triggered, and I just can't get away from it. It's really hard being triggered all the time, and I'm not kidding. It's all the time for me at this point. I get dressed in the morning, I'm triggered. I take a shower, I'm triggered. I get in the car, I'm triggered. I go for a walk, I'm triggered. I leave my house, I'm triggered. I sit in my room all day, I'm triggered. I look at my things, beautiful sisters, and I'm triggered, and I just can't get away from it. It's really hard being triggered all the time, and I'm not kidding. It's all the time for me at this point. I get dressed in the morning, I'm triggered. I take a shower, I'm triggered. I get in the car, I'm triggered. I go for a walk, I'm triggered. I leave my house, I'm triggered. I sit in my room all day, I'm triggered. I look at my things, beautiful sisters, and I'm triggered, and I just can't get away from it. It's really hard being triggered all the time, and I'm not kidding. It's all the time for me. I get dressed in the morning, I'm triggered. I take a shower, I'm triggered. I get in the car, I'm triggered. I go for a walk, I'm triggered. I leave my house, I'm triggered. I sit in my room all day, I'm triggered. I look at my things, beautiful sisters, and I'm triggered, and I just can't get away from it. It's really hard being triggered all the time, and I'm not kidding. It's all the time for me at this point. I get dressed in the morning, shower, I get shower, I get shower, I get shower, I get shower. For a walk, I'm triggered. I leave my house, I'm triggered. I leave my house, I'm triggered. I look at my things, beautiful sisters, and I just can't can't. It's really hard being triggered all the time. It's really hard not getting triggered all the time. And I'm not getting it. I get dressed when I'm in the shower. I get dressed when I'm in the shower. Triggered. I get shower. I get shower. I get shower. I come home hot. I'm triggered. I come home hot. I'm triggered. I come home hot. I look at my things. I look at my things. I look at my
You have been listening to Every Breath I Can't Take by No Police, also known as the Minneapolis ambient producer and polyethnic gender theorist Phoebe Wilkes-Booth, one of the many pioneers in the new Waambient genre that you will hear on this episode of Safe Space. I am your host, Adrian Cody Logan, recording from the University of Chicago, where I am a PhD candidate in the field of binaural beta frequency subversion and a contributing writer to Pitchfork, Vice, The Onion's AV Club, and New York punk scene, The Christless Building. On this episode, we explore the latest in Waambient, a rising transironic electronica microgenre from a small handful of cassette-only anti-fascist Midwestern labels. In a brave new world where there are as many genders as there are stars in our night sky, the musical advocates of trans irony posit that the oppressed should not only think like their oppressors, but be their own oppressors. Their music is a defiant meditation on what it is like to theoretically be ridiculed by fascist, poly-bigoted ambient producers.
Became aware of trigger warnings when I was in college.
What do you think about puppies on campus and coloring books?
It'd be amazing. I'd really love it.
I am intimately familiar with this issue because I have been targeted. Trigger warnings exist to give someone a little bit of a buffer before confronting them with information, graphics, whatever that may be deeply painful. Trigger warnings and the culture that surrounds them runs directly contradictory to hyper masculinity, where everyone's tough.
With finals looming, it's a stressful time for college students. And here at American River College, some are coloring outside the lines. Puppies are lending pause to de-stress. and an adult coloring book program will soon be at their fingertips.
When you're coloring it sends you back to a simpler mindset, so it's really stress relieving to just sit there and draw and color.
The backlash to trigger warnings isn't necessarily sexist, but I think that it is fueled by sexism.
We definitely need puppies on campus, even coloring, honestly.
Peaceful unity rally.
The students are demanding action after they say incidents of racism have plagued their campus. Today's action was called "My Day Was Disturbed, Now Yours Will Be."
People found all kinds of ways to express their desire for unity. This woman was arrested after it appeared she attacked a media crew.
Resist hate and racism, patriarchy and war.
So I was breathing in hate and breathing out love.
that those teachers rather are donating those coloring books and their time.
Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we'll show you the security precautions police had in place to ensure everyone was safe.
Up with people and down with hate.
Now, if any of you are nervous about what you'll be walking into when you leave the campus, I know that feeling. We didn't trust government, authority figures, or really anyone over 30. We were asking urgent questions about whether women, people of color, religious minorities, immigrants would ever be treated with dignity and respect. And by the way, we were furious about the past presidential election. It was millions of ordinary citizens, especially young people, who voted, marched, and organized. Now, of course, today has some important differences. The advance of technology, the impact of the internet, our fragmented media landscape make it easier than ever to splinter ourselves into echo chambers. We can shut out contrary voices, avoid ever questioning our basic assumptions. Extreme views are given powerful microphones. Leaders willing to exploit fear and skepticism have tools at their disposal that were unimaginable when I graduated. And here's what that means to you, the class of 2017. You are graduating at a time when there is a full-fledged assault on truth and reason. A closed society where there is only one right way to think, believe, and act. Concocting elaborate, hurtful conspiracy theories about child abuse rings operating out of pizza parlors. Drumming up rampant fear about undocumented immigrants, Muslims, minorities, the poor, turning neighbor against neighbor and sowing division at a time when we desperately need child abuse rings operating out of pizza parlors. It is an attack of unimaginable cruelty on the most vulnerable among us, the youngest. Some are even denying things we see with our own eyes. But this is serious business. Child abuse rings operating out of pizza parlors. The opioid epidemic. It grossly underfunds public education, mental health, and efforts even to combat unity. It puts the future of our nation and our world at risk. Let's call it what it is. It's a con. They don't even try to hide it. Why does all this matter? It matters because if our leaders lie about the problems we face, we'll never solve them. It matters because it undermines confidence in government as a whole, which in turn breeds more cynicism and anger. In particular, the belief that people, you and I, possess the capacity for reason and critical thinking, and that free and open debate is the lifeblood of a democracy. When people in power invent their own facts and attack those who question them, they attempt to control reality. Authoritarian regimes throughout history have done. Not just our laws and our rights and our budgets, but our thoughts and beliefs. Those are powerful forces, but harness them. Don't be afraid of your ambition, of your dreams, or even your child abuse rings operating out of pizza parlors. You aren't a member of Congress yet.
Jenny thinks that she has the key to popularity, parking in cars with the boys at night. When Jerry brags about taking Jenny out, he learns that she dates all the boys, and he feels less important. What about Jenny? Does that make her really popular?
Oh, okay, Jenny. Here, Jenny.
No,
Thanks,
girls
Jerry.
who park in cars are not really popular. Not even with the boys they park with. Not when they meet at school or elsewhere.
Nothing like being Miss Popularity. Yeah. Yeah.
Meow, meow.
Okay, Ellie. Now there's a girl that'd really get my vote.
Let's ask her over, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Ellie.
Why not?
You sound like you need a helper. Could I lend a hand?
Gee, that sounds good.
Well, I need some help too, Carolyn.
Hey, lay off. I saw her first.
Hello?
Wally has used a lot of common sense in putting the invitation this way. It shows he has thought about what Carolyn might like, and he has implied his price range.
Well, you don't look much like a girl who's been out having a wonderful evening. Now, here. What's the matter, dear?
Do you remember when you told me that I might have such strong feelings about a boy that it might be hard for me to decide what's right to do?
Yes, I remember. Why?
It was something like that tonight with Jeff. You know, I like him an awful lot, and we have such fun at dances. But tonight, the feeling between us kept getting stronger and stronger. On our way home, we stopped and parked. And then things seemed to happen. Till we nearly... Well, it was so close. Suddenly I realized what we were about to do. I asked Jeff to take me home. I guess he felt ashamed too. He said he was sorry, that it was his fault.
Do you think it was his fault?
Oh, Mother, I don't know what to think. I'm so mixed up.
Carolyn and her mother have found one way a girl can repay a boy for entertaining her. Perhaps they'll bring another couple home with them. That would be fun.
I'll take good care of her, Mrs. Ames. Bye.
Bye.
You just heard 4.0 No by Open Minds Limited and EUNIQUE by University of Kids at Autism, remixed by Gandhi Sick Fuck, both released this year on Omaha's Dishonora Records, and a gorgeous remix of That's an Appropriation by Binary Binary on Kansas City-based AP Chem Records.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Please welcome Lena Dunham.
I just snotted on my own face.
I know.
What we've simply said is the facts, which are that based on uniform intelligence assessments, the Russians were responsible for hacking the DNC and the president-elect, both the House and the Senate, and the relevant intelligence committees. Integrity of our election system and our democracy. And
I believe that today, when we talk about public education, it should include free tuition at public colleges and universities. That's what I believe. It will cost $70 billion a year. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. How am I going to pay for it? How am I going to pay for it?
You just listened to an excerpt of Lena Dunham's Shops for a Set of Bamboo Cutting Boards by St. Louis composer Tenure from her album released last August, Laura's Brass Ring on Chicago's own Cul-de-sac Imp label, and Your Daddy Issues by Ohio feminist hip-hop duo 401KKK on their own Warner Brothers Records. And that deferentially concludes this episode of Safe Space. Remember to direct your work to us through SoundCloud. Just search for Safe Space 2017 and make your Waambient track downloadable. And as always, you can find us on iTunes. We'll leave you now with just a bit more of Your Daddy Issues. From all of us in Safe Space, good night.
Bye.
It's a lot of money.